this one's in the air. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Now he dumps this off over the middle. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
To throw again on 2nd down. Foles. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Here's Foles. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. The loss of 3 on that 1st down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 32-yard line. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Foles off the play fake to Fournette. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Chris Jones in there to drop him at sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. 1st quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. LaShawn McCoy, the 31-year-old running back, his 1st carry. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. On second down now, it's McCoy. Room here to run. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. LeSean McCoy, 76 yards. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early, give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing in the line of scrimmage.
He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Watch out for Hill on the return. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. And taking a gander at the NFL scoreboard in Minneapolis. Early on, it's the Vikings in the driver's seat. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here.
Yellow, Argolon, 80! Check the, hey, 57, 57! On twist, 61! Matchbox, right!
Now a first down carry here for McCoy. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 41.
On 2nd down, it's McCoy. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Now here's Mahomes. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down.
36-yard line. A gain of 4 yards. First down, Kansas City.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Jaguars, nothing.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's McCoy, and he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Well, one underlying storyline between these two teams is that the Chiefs head coach Andy Reid, he knows a lot about Nick Foles, the Jags QB. He drafted the quarterback when he was calling the shots in Philadelphia and later would sign him to Kansas City as a backup in 2016. But Kansas City, they have won the last 4 in this series, including a 30-14 victory a year ago at the time that got the Chiefs to 5-0 on the young season. Well, now they'll try the end around. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
But not a big gain with that play. But what they're doing is they're spreading the defense out, probing a little bit, and what they're hoping probably is that later in the game, they can create a matchup that they can exploit for big yardage later.
Yellow. Rip left. Yellow.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. He may try and run for this. And avoids the contact by sliding. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 15-yard line.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Hey, 15.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. There's the first NFL catch for the former Georgia Bulldog, Mecole Hardman. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. No problem there on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab.
That's a gain of 7.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end.
Pick.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
Hey. 5-7.
Here I come. 56.
They'll set up to throw. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Here we go. Check 50, check 50. Yellow.
80 weapon. I'm not ready. Check.
Throwing now is Mahomes. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
What we got?
At the 25-yard line.
Quick dance. Come. Great.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
13. 56 to Mike, boys.
2nd and 10. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from UVA, Juan Thornhill. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Check nickel. 66.
They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go. Pick it up, P. Hey, look. 57. Whip, topper.
Oh, design run for their wideout. And he's got some space here. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down.
Pilot 64. Weak.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's got his running back, LaShawn McCoy. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 12 yards and a Kansas City first.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
On 1st down, Mahomes. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Myles Jack with a sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Only 3 yards on the pickup. They'll be left staring at a 3rd and 14.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
He's coming. We got double up. 44, Mike, 44.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. It's for his running back, McCoy. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. Left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And the kick by Butker is good. Butker, what a pickup he's been for Kansas City the last 2 years. Remember, he was drafted by Carolina to be the eventual successor to Graham Gano. That didn't pan out. Casey got him as a free agent. He's been really good.
Yeah, Gano said, oh no, I'm keeping my job. But Butker found his home in Kansas City, a franchise record for points scored in his first 2 seasons.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Watch the run. Watch the run. It's soft, baby. That's baby soft.
2nd and 6. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack there to Jake Ryan. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Mahomes. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Mike, 44, Mike.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 73 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. Butker on for the PAT. And the lead will grow by 1 more.
Makes the score Chiefs 31, Jaguars nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Foles. And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. Chris Jones able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack.
You got nothing.
Hey, goal. Sound goal. Sound goal.
56. Mike, 56 right there.
Hey, go.
Now Foles. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
64. Hey, Alpha.
Here's Foles. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the rookie from UVA, Juan Thornhill. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Butker now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Jaguars, nothing. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here we go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah.
Hey, sound one.
53 to Mike.
Hey, Delta. Here we go.
On the draw, this is Fournette. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
180.
He's brought down at the 31.
Yeah.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Slam.
Curl.
Back to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
that is
by the
one
time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
57 colors.
Mahomes going to throw. Out to his left. He'll run it. And some room to maneuver. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Mahomes can sling it, but the feet are nimble too as he scrambles for a first down. When plays break down, that's normally when Mahomes is at his best throwing the football. But as we saw, he can run it too. Last year, 60 carries, 272 yards. Great elusiveness and speed. And the Chiefs obviously don't want him to be a running quarterback. But if he sees an angle like he did there, any opening, he has the ability to take it and run. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10.
Check. Fresno.
Now McCoy. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
15. Hey, 43.
Snap coming at 1, and it's Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7. Kelce, such a valuable part of this offense. Made the Pro Bowl the last 4 seasons. 2018 being the most productive when he went over 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns, and a great relationship between he and Pat Mahomes off the field. Very good friends, attended a bunch of high-profile sporting events together in the offseason, and that chemistry, it certainly shows on the field. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. Back now in Jacksonville. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Foles and the Jags come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Hey, silver.
Mike's 50.
Bud.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. They'll set up a throw. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one good for 24 yards. Foles now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
At the 44-yard line.
13.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. From just shy of midfield, Foles. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And he'll get it down here to the 43. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Hey, here we go. I got you.
Check 56. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Here we go.
Fournette running out of the gun. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Chiefs' 37-yard line.
Mike 56. Mike 56. Hey, that kid.
Bravo.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
Hey, Caden.
We ain't beginning to turn.
Hey, Caden.
Don't get nervous.
Go.
Get up to him.
On 2nd down and 4, Foles. And he completes it to Westbrook. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 22-yard line. A shotgun give to Fournette. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Silent.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Here we go.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Foles under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Chris Jones getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give him credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
Josh Lambeau to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And taken right on the 30. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Wide, get wide.
One.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56. It's our time.
Deeper.
Now Foles off the play fake to Fournette. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
And their 1st down, Chiefs.
They'll run on 1st down. McCoy. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
The tackle made by Jake Ryan. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up second and 3.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Chiefs, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Oakland to take on the Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in the ice cream with triple school. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Steps coming, cause we coming for the check.